Well, hey folks, and welcome to Solar Cabin Channel. I've got some really great products that I think are excellent for off-gridders and also for people that are into outdoor adventures in wintertime, cold weather, and for people that I ride e-bikes, I ride motorcycles, and a lot of times I'm riding sometimes in the early spring or late into fall when it's quite cold. Right now it's only 20 degrees, and this is daytime here, December 13th, and it's been just very, very cold weather here, even though we don't have snow. Now, people know that I live off-grid. I live off-grid full-time in my cabin, and I'm at the foot of the Rocky Mountain Range, in the Rocky Mountain Range called the Uintas, okay? And it gets very, very cold here. At nighttime, it's not unusual to see minus 15, minus 20 degrees pretty much every winter. And right now, like I said, we're only 20 degrees during the daytime. And so just going outside to do chores and stuff like that, you risk your life if you can't get back into someplace warm. Now, I had an experience like that. And that's why I think these products that I'm going to show you here are really nice. When I was first went off grid, I decided to take my dogs up. It was early spring. Daytime temperature wasn't that bad. And I went off into this canyon, kind of this hidden canyon, to do some exploring with my dogs in my truck. And we went out, did some hiking around, exploring and stuff like that. Well, when I got back to my truck, I didn't realize that I must have left something on, and my battery was dead. And I was out in the boonies, way out, and it was a good 10-mile walk back to the main road. And I knew that time of year, even on the main road, there'd be very little traffic, and it was almost nighttime by the time I got back to the truck. So instead of hiking with the dogs that 10 miles in the dark, and possibly getting lost and in that cold weather, because it dropped down the nighttime temperature, even though it was early spring, the nighttime temperature dropped down to below zero, below freezing, okay? And so instead of trying to hike out and risk myself that way, what I did is I climbed in the seat of my truck, and I had the dogs lay on top of me because I didn't even have a blanket or anything with me. I did have a coat, but it wasn't a very heavy coat. And I just had the dogs lay on top of me, and between our body temperature, natural body temperature, I was able to make it through the night. And then when the sun got up and it warmed up enough, I hiked out to the main road, flagged down another vehicle, and got them to come jump my truck. So those things happen. But the result was, it got so cold at night that I still ended up with some frostbite on my toes, okay? And I could have lost some toes, and this happens to people all the time. They lose toes, fingers, end of their nose or something like that. People that will tell you oftentimes if they're out snowmobiling, or they're sledding, or they're doing something and they happen to break down and they can't get back to a warm area, having lost fingers, tips, toes, and the ends of their nose or something like that. Even if you don't think it's that cold, you lose temperature in your fingertips and your toes really fast, and you need to stay warm. So these products that I want to talk to you about, these are made by Kemimoto, Kemimoto, and they are a very well-known company, been around a long time, that has produced a lot of gear for off-roaders and people that ride motorcycles, especially know the Kemimoto brand. And anybody that works outside that needs warm gear knows the Kemimoto brand. They've been around a long time. They contacted me and asked me if I would review these products. No strings attached. I'm just going to review these products. And it just so happens that I am reviewing some e-bikes that I just got. And this weather is really cold, so I'm going to have to go out and ride these e-bikes to do range tests and speed tests on them in the cold weather. So this is going to come in real handy. Now, this is one of their coats, okay? Okay, now you can see this coat. I'll stand up here. It's very well made, and I know stitching, okay? It has very good stitching, a Y22 zipper on it, and you can see it's well padded, but it's not bulky. That's what I really like about this. Now, I ordered the medium size. I might have went with the large size. I'm bigger than I used to be, but I went with a medium size. You guys, you may want to decide to bump it up to the large or the extra large size. But it's still, medium still fits me very well. And I like a kind of tight jacket when I'm riding in the motorcycle. I don't like it flopping around and feeling too big, okay? But if you put another jacket on it, what I really don't think you'd need, you might want to get a larger size. But very good stitching, and I will explain what these buttons are for here in a minute. Kemimoto brand on it, and also on the side, it's got a Kemimoto side emblem on it. And this does have the hood. It does have the hood, and it has a Velcro connection, which you really like for around your throat and your neck. It actually has 2 of these big Velcro connections. So you can keep your neck warm, which I really like. And the hood is actually big enough that I think it would probably go over an average size, like a motorcycle helmet or something like that. If you needed to put it up over your motorcycle helmet or inside your helmet, you could put it inside there. Okay, very well made, very well constructed, and designed to be lightweight, waterproof, and windproof. And it also looks damn good, you know? It looks good. All right. Okay, so this is one of their coats, and this is a really nice coat, and I've actually been wearing this for a week now because it's been so cold, and it's an excellent, it's very lightweight. It's light, it's not a heavy, really thick, heavy coat. You don't hardly even notice it. You might even call it a jacket because it's lightweight. It has pockets on the sides. It has some pockets on the interior, but it's a fairly lightweight coat. But one of the things that I noticed with this coat right away is because the wind has been blowing terribly through here and just blasting you with cold blasts, is this is really, really wind resistant. Okay, the wind will not penetrate through this coat, and even though it's lightweight, it was actually too warm if I went inside any type of building. It was great when I was outdoors, but if I was inside any building, I had to strip off pretty fast because this thing was just so warm, and it gets even warmer because this is a battery operated and battery heated coat. And they also sent me gloves and socks. So that's what I'm going to talk about here is that these lithium batteries have made it so that now you can do so many things that you couldn't do before. Now, there's been heated coats and and they took like the AA or AAA or 9-volt batteries, and they wouldn't last very long. You might get maybe an hour or so out of them before the batteries would die. With these lithium batteries that we have now, they can make these coats and these gloves and socks that will last up to 8 hours or longer, depending on how you use them, to stay warm. And that might just save your life in an emergency. Like if I'd have had this equipment when I was up in the mountains doing my adventures, I might have not got frostbite on my toes. So here's how these work. It is a great jacket, and it has, you'll see right here, it has a button on it, and this button controls the batteries. Now what you do, I'll show you the inside of this, because this is a really neat jacket. I really love this. And the neat thing is also, I want to tell you that Kemimoto does not overcharge for their products. Their products are very reasonably priced. Okay, so now I got this unzipped. Now, you will see that this has, see this silverish lining? This is actually the heating panels. And these heating panels, I'm going to show you the inside of this. This actually has heating panels all the way around. See this? It has heat. This is all heating panels. All the way around on the sides, all the way around to your back, okay? These are the heating panels. And then you put the battery in on this left side. Here's the pocket, and it even gives you the instructions on this left side inside pocket. It gives you the instructions for how to use this. And what you do is really, really simple. You just unzip this, and then inside here will be a cord, okay? Okay, so here's the cord, and it has a USB type connection on it, all right? And what you're going to do is you're going to take the battery, and it comes with the battery, also comes with the recharger cable. Unplug this. And it says, I'm charging this up right now. It says 75. And when I first plugged this in, it said 69, and it was flashing the 9. I'm like, what the heck does that mean? Because I was expecting like arrow or, bars or something like that to tell me what the bar. Well, that's how the battery charge was on the unit. It was charged up to 69. So then when I plugged it in, it started going up, and now it's up to 75. Now, it may take up to 3 hours, it says, to recharge one of these units. So charge it up before you go to use it, all right? And then it has a USB port and USB-C port and another port on here, which I'm not exactly sure what that port does. Anyway, this has a USB connection on the jacket, and you just plug that in right here. Plug it in the right way. Okay, and the battery came on. It says 75. And then you just tuck this battery, you tuck it into that pocket right there and zip it up. Now, I'm going to put the coat back on. And this is going to heat up this entire section in here, but you have temperature settings. But you have temperature settings, so you can set this to a different temperature. And I'm going to set this right up here. See this? Click it on. Make sure I can see it. Okay. Here is, it has back, and it has front. So here you can select, you can have both on. So you click it, and you can see it come on there. Now, it's showing red. that means it's on preheat and it's warming up. Okay, and you can do both sections. See that? Now, it's got a set. I'll try to show this on the camera so you can see this. It has a setting for you can heat just the back, or you can heat the back and the sides. And I can feel this right now. I can feel my back getting really warm, really nice. It warms up really fast, okay? It will kind of flash. It will flash just a little bit when it first starts up. That says it's in preheat. And then when it goes to solid red, it's in. Now, that's in high, okay? If you want to set these down so they're not on high, you can also change the temperature here. Now there, it's showing white and then blue, okay? And then back to red. On white is medium, red is high, white is medium, and blue is low. And you can do this for either of the zones. That's for the back. You can do this also for the sides. You can click it. White is medium, and blue is low, okay? And you can, I think you can turn this off by clicking both and holding them. Yeah, if you click and hold it, it turns off the power, okay? And you can just click and hold it again, and that turns off the power. So you can conserve power. Now, I can tell you right now, you can really feel this like immediately getting really warm on your back. I put that on low, warmed up the back, warmed up the sides of the jacket. Keeps you really warm. Now, it says that the battery will last anywhere from 3 to 8 hours. Well, that's going to depend on your settings. If you set it on high, of course, it's not going to last as long. But in most situations, high would be too warm. That's when you just want, if you want to warm yourself up really fast in a hurry, click it on high for a few seconds and let it warm you up. But then click it down for just to maintain temperature. Click it down. You can turn this on. I'll show you again. Okay, so you click it on high for a few seconds to let it really warm up hot. And then you can click it again and go down to low on the blue setting and just leave it on low. And in most cases, like when I was broke down in my truck, I wouldn't need to leave this on full time. Okay, I could just click this on. When I started getting really cold, I could click this on and let it heat me up for maybe 5-10 minutes and then click it off. And it would last, if it will last 8 hours on a full charge on low, it would last all day if you're doing it, if you're just running it intermittently as you need to keep you warm. So that's the jacket. And I really love this. And it's lightweight because I needed a lightweight coat. I'm glad it is. It's also waterproof and wind resistant because I'm going to be out riding the e-bike today, and I needed this jacket to ride the e-bike. And I'm just going to put it on low and probably just use the back section because I don't need the side sections as much. I might when I get riding, I don't know. But again, the battery just fits in there. And this is washable. It is completely washable in cold water. Just remember to take the battery out before you wash it and tuck the cord back in and seal up the pocket. And you can wash these jackets. So very durable. Been, again, made by Kemimoto. So I'm also going to show you that they have gloves. They sent me gloves and socks to go with this. Pretty nice company to do that, all right? So I'm going to turn this off here. Again, just click and hold. Hold the button in for a few seconds, about 3 seconds, and that will shut off the unit. So now I'm going to show you, they also have gloves. Look at these nice gloves. All right, and I tested this out, and these work excellent, okay? This would have saved my fingertips from getting frostbite right here. And these would be absolutely fantastic for motorcyclists, snowmobilers, or off-gridders, off-grid adventures. People like to go out, do adventuring in the wintertime or in cold weather. So this comes with a battery, and it has a, I'm trying to remember if this one has an on switch. Now for the gloves, they don't have an on switch. You just plug them in, and then your on switch is on the glove, okay? And so you hook it in, okay? It's got a little, it looks like a stereo type connector. You hook it into the battery, and then again, you just tuck it. It has these little pockets with zippers on them. You just tuck this right down into that pocket. You got to kind of turn it sideways, but you kind of tuck this down into this pocket. You tuck this down into this pocket with the cord. Okay, it's got a pouch. You zip the battery up into it, and then it's got a button. See this button right here? It's got a K on it for Kemimoto. All right, you put your hand in this, in your glove, and the battery doesn't really add very much weight because it's up on your wrist. You know, it's not bulky. It's not going to be out in the way of that. All right, and then you just push this button and hold it, and it will come on and preheat. See it kind of flashing there for a second, and then it will come on steady red. Now this is heating up. this entire, if you can see this material on this glove, see this section right here, and out here in the palm, and it kind of goes all the way across the palm and out here into the thumb. This is the heating pad right here, and it also appears to have some heating out in the fingers out here. And this is on high, and let me tell you, on high, your fingers are going to get really warm really fast. Again, this does have a temperature setting, so you can click it once, goes to blue, that's on medium, all right? And you click it again, it goes to green. Look at that. It goes to green, that's on low. Okay, and this has just, it really does warm up your fingers really fast. And, you know, like I said, you don't have to have these on all the time. If you're out there, you just click them on, warm them up, warm your fingers up enough that you're warm, and the gloves will hold in the heat. They're basically thermal insulation, all right? So they're going to hold in the heat for a long time. So you don't have to run it continuously, and that way you get a lot longer life out of the battery before you have to charge it up again. You should easily be able to stay out all day long doing your winter activities with a glove like this, and then you can click and hold it, and it goes off, all right? And those are the gloves, and it comes with 2 batteries, and these all can be charged up either from 110 volt or from a USB plug. It depends on what, I think these have to be charged up from a 110 volt plug. The coat can be charged up, battery can be charged up from USB, and the socks, as I'm going to show you, can be charged up from USB. So, excellent gloves, and these are very, and if you look at the stitching, I know good quality stitching. Okay, this is really good quality stitching. That Kemimoto knows their gear, and they knows their riders are going to want good quality stuff. These would be just absolutely excellent for bike riding because they're not too thick, not too padded, but enough padding that you could ride a motorcycle. You could ride. I ride mini bikes with fat tires in the wintertime. You're riding snowmobiles or something like that, or if you're just out hiking and walking in the wintertime. Excellent. These are excellent gloves. And they work without the battery in, okay? They're designed so they would keep your hands warm even if you don't have the battery. And they're windproof and waterproof. Excellent product. But the battery is just an absolutely fantastic feature. About the only thing I would say that they might have included on this glove is for people that shoot. And they may have a model that is like this. I don't know. I haven't looked. But you might want the finger cap that pulls open, so that if you want more control for shooting a gun or something like that, this finger cap might be made so that it could open up. It isn't made that way. The fingertips are all protected, but that would be something maybe they want to look at, and maybe they have a gun that actually, maybe they have a glove that actually is made for shooters that will do the same thing. But for motorcycle riders and outdoor adventurers, these would be great. The other product that they sent me, really great. These are socks. Now again, the gloves and the socks can be washed. Just take the batteries out of them before you do that. These are the socks. And look at these. These are a heavy thermal sock by themselves, which would be really warm. But this has the battery in it. Take the battery out. This is what the battery looks like. And this has an on button that you push first, I think. And it has a battery for each of the socks, okay? And then it has this little, it's not zippered, it has this little pocket on the sock. You slide the battery in. But you click this just to turn the power on right there. And it shows how much battery power you have. And it says I've got three lights, and so it goes up to 4 lights to show us full. Okay, so you might be able to see that. It's got 3 lights showing that the battery is on and there's charged up somewhat. And then this thing has a remote control. Comes with a little remote control thing with a button on it and a key fob so you don't lose it. And all you got to do is click this and hold it. I'll show this on the battery if I can. You click this and hold it. So you can keep this in your pocket so you don't have to be messing around with your socks while you're doing stuff. But you click the button and it starts flashing there. And then it went to red there. So it's on red, it's on high. Okay? And so you can set this to high, and again, you can set it by clicking it again. You can set it to medium, and you can click it again, and you can set it to low. And the heating on this is excellent. I won't put these on my feet to show you, but what you do is you just tuck this back into the pocket right here with the cord, and then I'm just going to put my hand inside this to show you, demonstrate. They're really good socks, long socks, and the heating panel is underneath the bottom of the foot and the toes. The heating panel is right here. Here's your toes out here, and the heating panel is right here. And you put this on high, medium, or low. And because your sock is usually going to be inside a shoe or a boot, it will actually insulate it and hold the heat in for a long time. And this right here would probably keep you from getting frostbite on your toes. Like I said, I got some frostbite on my toes. Something like this would have kept me from getting frostbite on my toes when I was in that situation before. And it does heat up quite nicely. On high, in fact, it got really, really warm on high. And so I could see that being almost too much. I would put it down on low and then probably just turn it on once in a while to warm up the inside of my boots and turn them off. Now, you guys that work construction or you work out in the fields, you're a farmer or something like that, even if you don't get the coat and the gloves, I would definitely consider getting a pair of these socks. From Kemimoto, because you put these inside your work boot. You know how it is. You're out there stomping around in the snow, doing construction, or you're feeding animals, or doing work like that outside, even shoveling snow. You got a pair of these on. Your toes are going to be nice and toasty and warm, and maybe you won't lose your toes. Okay, so very excellent products. Again, these products are all made by Kemimoto, and they have their own website, which you can go and look at. And they also sell on Amazon, and I will put the links to the website and to the Amazon links to the products in the information below the video. Great products. I can highly recommend them. I've already used the coat. I can tell that the quality on these is just fantastic, and they are also very reasonably priced. Kemimoto makes their products very well, and they understand that their customers need an affordable material and equipment, and so that's what they do, is they provide really affordable, well-made products. Again, Kemimoto and brand on Amazon, or you go to their website directly and get these products. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.